The United Way is in the transportation business. Learn why this is so important for South Jersey. Summer fun is here, but take steps to assure it's a safe and healthy one. And Vineland, New Jersey continues the tradition of celebrating Puerto Rican cultural heritage. Learn more about it. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. From the development of a needs assessment to meeting the needs in the community, that is what the United Way does. One of the needs that the United Way of Gloucester County is helping to deliver on is to fill a transportation void. Joining me to discuss this is Mike Gower. He is the Executive Director of United Way. Mike, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you for having me today.
When you think about the United Way, and we know of all the social programs that it supports and all the member agencies, when all that comes to mind, transportation is in top of mind, but yet United Way of Gloucester County is involved in the transportation business. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. I mean, when you really think about the United Way, you really think about human services. You think about the great agencies and programs that we support. Everything from a YMCA to a child development program. Really, but the biggest need in Gloucester County, when I went out into the community and they were talking, was they have wonderful programs, they just didn't have access to them. And transportation in South Jersey continued to be a conversation that people kept wanting to have, but there was no funds to address it. So we were lucky enough to be approached by the Pascale Sykes Foundation, and we are kind of in a unique position because we work with government, for-profit, and nonprofit organizations, and we were able to bring together a collaboration to really kind of address this need in Gloucester County.
You know, for many folks that perhaps live in Atlantic City, Camden, and those suburban or rather urban areas, maybe transportation is not as a big issue. And obviously if you have your car, it's not a big issue. But when you're trying to make a living, trying to get to a job, and there's voids in transportation, you can't get from point A to point B very conveniently. It's difficult to maintain a job.
Exactly. And while Gloucester County has over 300,000 residents, if you look at a transportation map, you'll see that all the bus shuttles actually go north and south, with the hub being in the Woodbury area. And you can go all the way to Atlantic City, to Vineland, to Salem City, but there was nothing actually going across the county. And if you look at a regular transportation map, you'll see that there's a big 322 corridor, which is a great route all the way over to the Commodore Barry Bridge and through the largest industrial park on the eastern seaboard, the Pureland Industrial Complex, and it continues to grow today.
And there's a lot of job opportunities at the Pureland as well. So it's good jobs, pay well, but then the issue of transportation was a big issue.
Exactly, and we've seen a lot of new growth with a lot of new companies coming in. Rastelli's has recently joined them. Amazon, the warehouse facility that just opened up there, and many, many other businesses are coming into the community, and they needed workers. And if you have a car and you can get there very easily across the 295 corridor, but it was really hard for people to get across the community.
Well, you certainly made some improvements to help many people get to Pureland and other areas in the West. Tell me a little bit about how this works.
Sure. What we have actually done is it's a transportation initiative launched by the United Way. And like I said, it's a government, for-profit, and nonprofit partnership. It's one of the strengths of the United Way. We can bring all these people together to the table. And what we did is we brought 7 partners to the table, everyone from the Pascale Sykes Foundation, obviously. We needed New Jersey Transit's involvement, SJTA, Heart of South Jersey, the United Way, cross-county connections, and we brought them to the table to say, what is it that we really need? We looked at hard data from different unemployment sites. We got information from different county departments. We did an overlay of a map with the geocoding. So we actually saw where population density was in Gloucester County of people that weren't working. And then we looked at where the jobs were. Obviously, the Pureland Industrial Park is a huge job center, but also there's new jobs such as Lissio's Bakery opening on 322 outside of Glassboro. The whole development there.
Obviously, workforce development was also a partner. And when you look at New Jersey Transit, they would appear to be a competitor, but yet they partner with you.
No, and with everything that we've done is we really don't want to be in direct competition with New Jersey Transit. We want to be a complement to the service. We want to be able to connect people to travel across the whole state, even outside the state, to Wilmington and Philadelphia. And the way that we've set up our shuttle, it actually is a 10 stops that goes east and west, starts at the Avondale Park and Ride and ends at the Pureland Industrial Park. But across those stops, we actually made our connections to the New Jersey Transit. So within 15 minutes of our shuttle runs, it actually connects with 10 New Jersey Transit buses, more depending on the season, actually, with the seasonal runs, and over 150 daily transfers within 15 minutes of any stop of the connection.
Tell me what kind of participation you have and how much does it cost?
Sure. Right now, we've only started this service about a year ago. And when we started the first month, I was very concerned because we had very, very low ridership. I'm pleased to report that after a year's worth of service, we're averaging about 2,000 riders per month. It's a very long run. It's about 30 miles in diameter across the county. But we've really seen a huge uptick in our participation in shuttle riders.
And what's the cost?
The shuttle only costs $1 each way. Now that's $1 whether or not you get on in Williamstown and get off at Glassboro, or you take the full run all the way from the Avondale Park and Ride to the industrial complex. And as an added bonus, many of you are probably familiar with the Pureland Industrial Park, but for those that aren't, it is a huge complex, as I was talking about. Not only once our shuttle gets to the end of the run, we actually have an internal circulator shuttle that will help people get from that shuttle stop and the New Jersey Transit stop to their place of employment, whether that's UPS, US Foods, or many, many other ones. So we actually have that ongoing shuttle during the entire time that our service runs. Our shuttle runs 6.5 hours in the morning and 6.5 hours at the evening.
So obviously, if you're looking for a job, have limited transportation, you live in the Gloucester County area, this is a great opportunity. How can we get more information? If someone's interested to look at the run and get more information, where should they go?
If you'd like to get more information, you can always feel free to call the United Way of Gloucester County, or you could check out our website at www.uwgcnj.org, or you could always go to driveless.com. And they actually have all the shuttle services in the South Jersey region, not just the Gloucester County shuttle that's funded through the Pascale Sykes Foundation, but the foundation also funds shuttles in the other southern counties such as Salem, Atlantic, and Cumberland County. So all the shuttle service information can be found at driveless.com as well.
Well, Mike, thank you for sharing this information with the audience. I'm sure we'll have you back to talk about some of your other programs. But stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. Summertime weather provides opportunities for kids and adults alike to enjoy the great outdoors. But it's critical that we take steps to assure not only a fun summer, but a safe and healthy one. And joining me is Jackie Schuler. She is representing the Garden State chapter of the National Association of Hispanic Nurses to discuss this topic. Jackie, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you for having me.
So we're all having a great time down here at the shore, enjoying the great weather. But one of the things that we often neglect is using some good common sense and making sure that it's not only fun, but it's a safe and healthy one. What should we keep in mind?
Well, you know, the primary thing to keep in mind is long-term is that we want to make sure we prevent any opportunities for cancer and skin cancer. So we're thinking along those lines when we're talking about prevention and safety and sun safety. So that's the first thing that we're thinking about. We're trying to prevent cancer down the line.
So what are the things that we should do? Obviously, the more exposure you have to the sun, the worse it could be. And what are some of the things that we could do to help eliminate some of that risk?
So, well, first of all, we want to try to stay in the shade. We want to try to limit our sun exposure. And, you know, as a child, I remember in Puerto Rico seeing the little ladies with the umbrellas in the middle of the day, and I didn't understand why. I get it now.
Folks just enjoying the sun and getting a big, nice tan.
Right.
But didn't consider all the health risks associated with that. And it is a lot of risks associated with that, isn't there?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we always have to keep in mind we want to get sun, but we want to limit it. We want to have UV protection. Some of the ways to have UV protection is wearing clothing that's appropriate for the season that's going to protect you. And, you know, despite kind of like what we normally hear to wear light clothing in the summer, actually darker clothing has more protection than lighter clothing. Wearing a hat, it does two things. It's going to protect your skin, your face, but it also protects your eyes. Also wearing sunglasses. What you want to make sure is that your sunglasses have the appropriate UV protection. And according to the CDC, really all of the sunglasses sold in the US, regardless of the cost, they're going to provide that UV protection.
I always lose my glasses, so I always have to buy the cheap ones because I'm going to lose them anyway.
Right.
And it will hurt me a lot to lose a $200 pair of glasses.
Yes. So.
But you know, it's a lot of common sense too, and one of the things that kids, you know, sometimes don't have a care. They go out and they play, even if they play in the backyard, may not be the beach. You still should make sure that they have the appropriate UV protection as well.
Absolutely, and obviously the big one is sunscreen, right? So everybody's always talking about sunscreen and the high number with the sunscreen. Actually, if you use a 15 protection, you are okay. It should have at least 15. And higher numbers are said to provide more protection, but 15 is enough of a protection.
And it's not just put it on once and you're done, right?
No, no, no. You really have to reapply anytime you get wet. Just even being out in the sun and sweating, you really need to reapply.
This time of year, particularly when we have some of the heat waves, one of the things that we also should keep in mind is our elderly population.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, all of these, the sun safety and protections also apply to our elderly population. But another thing that we should think about with the elderly population is the number of falls. There's a significant number of falls of the elderly, especially 65 and over in the US. And so that's a significant problem. One of the issues, one of the problems that come along with that and the significance of that is really the cost, right? So it's a cost, you know, for the medical treatment. Then there's costs, you might say costs for, you know, in some cases litigation, but there's also costs that comes in terms of lifestyle changes. I mean, these are the people that, who knows, maybe they were at the beach, you know, the summer before, but now they're afraid to go outside. Now they're really living with inactivity, which is going to make it even worse for them in terms of being able to stop or prevent another fall.
It's always a good idea to check in with your elderly relatives and make sure they're okay during the heat. I want to just talk a moment about you. You have a very interesting background. You're both a nurse and an attorney.
Yes,
and you also currently serve as the dean of a nursing school. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I became a nurse long before I became an attorney. I've been an attorney for about 15 years. In the interim and during the whole time, I've always worked as a nurse and an attorney. And a few years ago, I decided I really wanted to give back to nursing. And one of the ways to do that was to teach nurses. I'd rather teach nurses and show them how to do things right the first time, and that way I don't have to represent them.
It is a great thing to have Latinas such as yourself involved in the field and encouraging other Latinas and Latinos, because we also have male nurses as well, to take up that field. It's a very rewarding field, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I really encourage, we really need more Latino nurses out there, so I really encourage people to consider that as a profession.
Well, thank you for coming on the show and sharing the information you share with our audience. And stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
My name's Emily Lugo. I am the queen of the Violin Puerto Rican Festival, inviting you to celebrate our Hispanic heritage.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. The tradition continues this summer in Vineland, New Jersey with the 49th annual Puerto Rican Day Parade and Festival. This event is one that is anticipated throughout South Jersey. And joining me is Leoneris Negron and Emily Lugo with the Puerto Rican Parade of Southern New Jersey. Leo and Emily, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you.
So it's a big event, 49, so next year will be the 50th anniversary of the Puerto Rican Day Parade in Vineland. Leo, tell me what's on tap for this year.
Well, we started in 1958, the Puerto Rican Festival. We are 49 years. Now we're going to celebrate next year, 50 years. We have a lot of activity starting July 23rd with the banquets, and then we finish with a Puerto Rican parade.
So the 23rd is the annual banquet, which is the gala. It's at 6 p.m., and this is taking place at Centerton Country Club.
Centerton Country Club. Mm-hmm.
And Emily, this is an event, you're the queen, la señorita de Parada Puertottiqueña,
Sí.
As a youth involved in, this event's been around before you were born.
Yeah.
Why is it so important for you and other youth to continue the tradition of your heritage?
Yeah, for me personally, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, so it comes naturally to me to be proud of being Puerto Rican. And I feel like a lot of the youth here in Vineland and Jersey, everywhere, they want to celebrate that, even though they're still here in the United States. So there's a great opportunity for us to be able to celebrate with our family and with our friends.
And Leo, I know that we have you mentioned one of the events. Walk me through the 24th. We also have another event.
Yeah, we had the 24th, the flag raising ceremony with the mayor, Ruben Bermudez, that gave the proclamation. Then Monday, we had the flag raising ceremony in Millburn with the mayor.
And it just happens that those are two Puerto Rican mayors, right?
Two Puerto Rican mayors,
one
yeah.
in Vineland
one
and
in
one in Millburn.
Vineland, one in Millburn. And Millburn, the honor Mike Santiago,
Right.
it be proclamation the Puerto Rican Week. In Bristol, New Jersey, the mayor Albert Kelly be proclamation the Puerto Rican Week there.
And then you have a senior day, you have a women's day, and the youth day on Thursday. That's usually a pretty nice event as well.
Yeah, the senior citizen day, we have the senior, we have Ladders Fair for the senior, and then we have the women dates. We had two, and I think we're going to have participation with the Puerto Rican Action Committee in Salem with Rafa Dilla. We there with the cancer, the bus for treatment for the senior citizen.
Now, Emily, tell me a little bit about the parade, because you've been involved with the festival for a number of times, and the parade itself is a very exciting time, right through Vineland. Tell me a little bit about that.
So in the parade, we have a bunch of people come see us, and we all line up through Landis Avenue. And we have horses, we have carriages, we have people,
Jeeps and,
Jeeps. We have everybody just come. They just come and they do the parade. The reinado of the Puerto Rican Festival, we have a float. So all the girls that have been crowned are on the float. So you're able to see everybody there.
Yes, it's a great time, and I know that it's not just Puertorriqueños, because in Cumberland County, we have a lot of Latinos from throughout, and even non-Latinos also come and join us at the event each year as well, right, Leo?
Yeah, and Saturday, July 30, we had the all Latino flag raising ceremony at 1 o'clock. We invited all the Latinos in Cumberland County and Atlantic County to be participation in the flag raising ceremony.
Okay, when is that event?
That's July 30, Saturday. That's very important to all Latinos to be there. That means they can have the flag raising ceremony. We invited the whole Latino in the Cumberland County and Atlantic and can make.
And one of the things that we're always also very proud of, passing our heritage on to the younger Latinos, such as Emily. And Emily, I understand that you're studying at Rowan University. Tell me about what you're pursuing.
I am studying biochemistry with a minor in psychology.
So this is very important because you're a Latina pursuing what is referred to as a STEM career, which is science, technology, and so forth. And we need to get more Latinos in that field. What gave you the interest in that?
I have always liked the anatomy of the human body. I've always liked science. It's something I'm really good at. So why not go to become a doctor? I'm very smart. I have the ambition. So I want to go for that.
Well, Leo, this is exactly the type of youth that we want to represent us and be involved in the community. Wish you a lot of luck with the event, and I hope to see you at the gala on the 23rd. And if anyone is interested, they could always go to the website, correct?
They can go website to, or they can call 856-696-1147.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here on Latino Motion, and thank you for joining us at home once again on Latino Motion.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.